Welcome, everyone, to the Side Draft Podcast. On this week's installment of Why Fans Love Their Driver, we're talking about Noah Gragson. This is our first Truck Series / Xfinity Series driver review, so Noah Gragson is our first one.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We went on Twitter. We had like a fan vote between three drivers, and overall, Noah, he won the vote. So.
Had a lot of votes, and really impressed with all that. And
yeah, we appreciate everyone that voted on Twitter. I know we had Jordan Anderson and Matt DiBenedetto, and it's very close. I got to say, it's a very close vote.
Yeah, we're going to get to Anderson and DiBenedetto burrito eventually, but this week is all about Noah Gragson. He inched Jordan Anderson just barely in that vote, so we're talking about Noah Gragson. To start it off, we had David, Angela, and Lori all say that they're a fan of Gragson because he drives for Rowdy. And David wanted to point out that he learns very well.
Yes, I think he is with one of the strongest truck teams out there with the KBM trucks. They got the Joe Gibbs power, and he does learn real well. So.
And Janet says, one is because of his team owned by a Joe Gibbs affiliate. Two, he is a very good driver to be so young. And they wanted to point out that they was very sorry that he didn't win the Michigan race, but he did get some valuable stage points.
He is a very good, smart driver. He's always running up front. Sometimes they don't get to the finish, pit strategy or whatever comes out in the races, but I think he's going to be really strong for the championship.
Yeah, I think him and Brett Moffitt's going to be right there with each other for the championship. Maybe Johnny Sauter as well, but it's going to be very interesting to see how it turns out.
It's very interesting how Kyle Busch he finds talent, either between him or his team, getting good talent in these trucks and stuff. And I believe Noah Gragson will go on to be one of the superstars in the sport, and maybe later on in the Cup Series.
And Lexi says, I feel like he's a great kid and a great driver. He's learning from the best of the best in Kyle Busch. I think he's really down to earth, and that's one character trait I look for in a driver. And that's really true. There's a lot of drivers who, when you meet them, they're not necessarily as down to earth. But then you meet like a driver. It's like Gragson, very nice. And
yeah, I like his personality, like Eldora, his kind of goofing around and stuff. And we need that in sport. We need some liveliness, and I like that in him.
Yeah, especially that time he wore the shark mask helmet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think it was Bristol.
Yeah.
So, I think that's something a lot of fans look for is, comedy throughout the race, because, you don't like all these people just...
Yeah, everybody comes with the game face on. I'm going to beat you. Just go out there and have fun.
I think Noah Gragson's going to be the future Boyer of how his comedy is. And I think he relates to a lot of the younger kids out here with, his humor and some of the things he does. So I think that's...
Yeah, the sport needs some of that. I mean, it seems like the sport's just getting everybody's all flat and, just going... they got to act a certain way, this way and that way. But Noah, he just goes out there and lets his personality shine out.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, we need more drivers with personality. Here you go. Here's a driver with a lot of personality. So Noah Gragson would be your driver if you want a driver that shows a lot of personality and a lot of motion at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So A. Hurst on Twitter says, the time I met Noah Gragson at the GoPro Motorplex is very nice. Came over to talk to us and got his autograph. I really like when drivers are interested in the fans. That's always a plus when I'm deciding who to pull for. Noah always likes my tweets, and to him, keep up the good work.
Yeah, I really noticed that on Twitter. He does like a lot of tweets, and does reply back to the fans, and I think it's what draws more fans into the sport. And there's some fans out there just like to get a reply back from a driver, and And Noah does that, and I think that builds his fan base by doing so.
Yeah, I think, some of the drivers that come up through the ranks nowadays grew up as fans, through this Twitter age, and I think they understand how important it is for a driver to respond on Twitter. Some of the veterans do that, but I think the younger guys.
Yeah, the younger guys kind of grew up on social media, so
Yeah.
they kind of know how to work it, and they have fun with it. And I mean, Noah even liked our tweet when we did the voting and stuff. So
Yeah. And last but not least, we had Scott. This is from Facebook. I watched Noah's Xfinity debut from the stands in Richmond and was so impressed by his speed and smoothness. I was cheering as loud at his finish as I was for my favorite Christopher Bell. As Richmond Nation members, the next morning, my wife and I had just finished putting our tent and flags up to tailgate when a group of young men came by wearing TRD shirts. They saw my Denny Hamlin flag and the crew shirt I had on. They asked if I would like to do an interview for Toyota Racing. I agreed, and they started filming. After asking why I liked Denny Hamlin and how long I had been a fan, they asked if I had attended the Xfinity race the night before. After I said yes, they asked for my impressions. I remarked that Bell drove a great race. I was really impressed by how smart Gragson was. They asked if I could tell Noah one thing, what would it be? I said, well, I'm sure that he was upset at not getting the win, and Noah needed to savor the run and just what he had accomplished. I added that there will be races that go much worse, but his future seems incredibly bright. With that, one of the young men turns to me and says, I'll try to remember that when I'm out there next time. The interviewer then introduces Noah Gragson. Noah was very nice to sign my Richmond Nation flag, and my wife took a picture of us, which is now my laptop screensaver. Needless to say, I'm an even bigger fan.
yeah, I like these stories. They got a lot of meat in them, and that really tells a lot about the driver. And I always like to hear the fans' interaction with the driver, and that's something that will go with them through many years, and they'll have that experience.
Yeah, always enjoy the stories you get to learn how their first time becoming a fan, what made them actually, what drew them in, and I think it's really interesting. And again, you see how Noah Gragson likes to interact with the fans and make them feel special as well.
Yeah, not long ago, he went out with the Safe Flight Repair guys and surprised people and fixed the windshield. I mean, that's really cool that a driver to do that.
Yeah, I think he really finds that very important to him. Is the fan interaction something he loves, and I think it's really important in the sport nowadays. But that is all we have, and it was just really nice learning a lot more about Gragson and how some of the fans became a Gragson fan. Some from Rowdy, a lot of Rowdy fans that converted over to Gragson fans through the Truck Series, and a lot of people through his how nice he is on Twitter and in person. So, lots to learn about Noah Gragson.
Oh yeah, it's always good to see him on the track and doing well.
Yeah, came close to that first Xfinity win. I'm pretty sure it's going to come soon. So that's the end of this Why Fans Love Their Driver. Next week, we'll be recording Why Fans Love Corey LaJoie. He won the Twitter vote for who will be recording this week. And it was a tight battle between him, Brett Moffitt, Ty Dillon, and Justin Allgaier. And Corey LaJoie ended up on top.
Yeah, Brett Moffitt was leading at the very last minutes, and then all of a sudden, Corey LaJoie just jumped ahead. So
we had like an hour to go, and it looked like it was Brett Moffitt. I was about ready to even tweet it out that Brett Moffitt was going to be the driver we'll be talking about. Then Corey LaJoie says, "Nope, you're talking about me." So we'll be talking about Corey LaJoie. So if you're a fan of Corey LaJoie, let us know down below what made you become a fan, and why should others be a fan of Corey LaJoie as well. That's all we have. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and we'll see you next time.